Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of the 1998 film You Lucky Dog. This is the second Disney Channel original movie, I think. I think the first was Under Wraps, but I couldn't find that on Disney Plus, and I didn't look anywhere else. So the first one that's on Disney, the oldest one is on Disney. That's on Disney Plus is You Lucky Dog. And of all the movies that could not be on Disney Plus, I feel like this one could have been one that they just left on the floor. It was... I'll be honest, this is about an hour and 30 minutes. I'm never getting back. It was... So the movie starts off by explaining that Jack Morgan is basically a minor Dr. Dolittle, meaning unlike Dr. Dolittle, who can talk to all animals, he can only talk to the one dog. And he proceeded to make, and once his powers went away, he proceeded to make it his entire personality by becoming a scam artist, dog therapist, despite him only being able to talk to the one dog and losing that power. Well, he gets called out by this one guy and gets shut down by the city. But before he gets shut down, one client, Clyde Windsor, comes in with his dog, Lucky. And for some reason, the power resurfaces with Lucky, and he starts getting these feels and vibes from the dog. So he tells Clyde that Lucky is worried about him due to 3 shady individuals or something like that. And Clyde seems to understand. Now, mind you, Jack cut this session short because he was freaked out, which, fair enough, I guess. He was hearing a dog in his voice. So he, to his credit, did attempt to not scam Clyde. Attempted to hand the money back, but Clyde insisted paying him, which, okay, fine, okay. So he gets shut down, but Clyde is dead, so Calvin, who is like the driver or whatever, comes in and informs him about his death and that Jack needs to speak with Clyde's attorney. The attorney's name is Allison, I think. I don't... And she is basically telling the 2 nephews and niece what they get from the what they have in the will, which is Jack and nothing. So they're all worried about what's happening to his $64 million that this man had. And it turns out it's going to the dog. All right, that's fair enough. And it's going into a trust, which basically means it's going... And the trustee is Jack. Now, I know he's rich, because this is some eccentric bullshit. Eccentric millionaire, billionaire type bullshit to make a trust... To give all your money to a dog and make the trustee a dude you've met the one time for 5 minutes. No, less than 5 minutes. So, of course, the conditions for Jack being the trustee is he has to, live in the house? What? Oh, that's so hard. Yeah. Man was on cloud 9, started doing rich people shit immediately. Being like, I'm the king of this castle. But, apparently, problems arose because, apparently, it isn't just that he can hear the dog in his mind, he becomes the dog. So when he took out Lucky to, I guess, use the bathroom, he started digging up bones, and since he got excited, it kind of awakened the Lucky in Jack, so he started helping digging for the bones, and the maid and the cook quit, because, fair enough, your new boss is digging in the backyard for bones, They said, "We think you're possessed by the devil." The only thing they did wrong after leaving, they didn't call a priest. Or the police. Or both. So, it kind of, now, Calvin's the man. Because this guy's like, I'm getting paid to do this one singular job. I'm not getting paid to ask questions. As long as the money comes in, I'm coming in. Which is... okay, fair enough. So... the nephews and niece try to go to a lawyer to get the money they think is theirs. And the lawyer's just like, yeah, I'll do it, but I want 30%. And they don't want to do that, so they decide that their plan is to kill the dog. I think that was their plan. I don't know. And they're all butthurt and, ooh, no, oh no, they're living in a motel, I guess, which I think implies that they did live with their uncle. So these grown adults were just bumming it with their uncle. Which I guess is fine, but then they have the audacity to, I think it's made clear that they don't even like this dude. So not only are they just living with him, it's seemingly rent-free and bumming off all his money, they don't even like the dude or treat the dude well, I don't think. Because when Jack said, yeah, Lucky's worried about 3 people, he didn't seem worried. He didn't seem, worried or confused. He was like, yeah, them. So they try to kill the dog. They fail. Also, there was some more shenanigans with Jack being lucky. Happened at the mall. We're introduced to the lawyer lady's daughter. Eventually it escalates to the point where they break into the mansion to kill the dog, but they fail. And so they decide, you know what? Time to go to the court. Let's bring it to court. So they bring it to court. They bring in this dude from the beginning of the film who was pissed that he got scammed, so called his friend the mayor to help shut down Jack's place, which I did like that little scene that they didn't just throw away this character, they brought him back at the end, I guess. So, we go through everybody's favorite part of any movie, random movie, the trial scenes, the court scenes. It is a court scene in a movie. They're basically trying to prove that Jack's mentally unstable, while he proceeds to prove that is mentally unstable, but in the correct way, I guess. Because there's no amount of mentally stable someone is if they're turning into a dog. So he proves that he can become lucky. And then he proceeds to, I guess, prove that one of the nephews, Lyle, I think the name was, killed the uncle. Lyle proceeds to pull a gun in the courtroom, and all I'm thinking is, how'd that make it past? Like, is there no pat-downs or some shit? Is there just like, alright, welcome to the courtroom, you got your gun? Cool, yeah, just come right in. Well, if there wasn't any restrictions or pat-downs in that courtroom before, there sure is now. Because he did fire the gun, but it only grazed Lucky. And they were all hauled away, so... Because while what Jack was saying about him murdering Clyde was just like hearsay and just like nothing that can be proven in the moment, him pulling a gun and trying to kill someone, it can be proven with about a dozen eyewitnesses. So the movie ends with Jack telling the lawyer lady that he and Lucky adopted bought all the dogs that were at the mall. Because as he said, Lucky finally figured out all the dogs were for sale, including a lady dog that Lucky liked, as well as a puppy for the lawyer lady's daughter, which is going to stay there. This movie was a movie that was made. I mean, I don't want to judge it too harshly because it was made by Disney Channel, so it was only a TV movie, but at the same time, I don't think that's a good excuse. If something's made it... I guess it could entertain a child. I mean, to their credit, I remember being entertained by this when I watched it when I was younger, when it came on every so often. So, I mean, I guess they got that going for them. But now, looking back on it, it's kind of weird. Like, it's a worse Dr. Dolittle. If I wanted to watch Dr. Dolittle, I'll just watch Dr. Dolittle. Overall, I'd give this maybe a 2. Maybe a generous 2. A generous 2. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.